Iguana, welcome. There's no school today, is it, Iguana? You are very early. Okay, welcome. We are doing 50 grammar and vocabulary questions today. Okay, hello. Hello, everyone. Okay. So for those of you who are early here, you can look at our ebook store page first. So over here we have this link in our bio for you to actually refer to, and through our link in bio you can click on the link and it will direct you to our ebook store, or you may shop at the shop button. So over here at the shop button you can actually see our ebooks collection, and if anything that you can find that is helpful for your revision, feel free to browse through our ebook store to see, and maybe you can buy something that can be helpful for your PSLE as well as your P5 EOY revision. Yes, Iguana, what is going on? What is Bomba Clap? Okay, so if you think that there is any helpful resources for you, just head to our ebook store over here and you can see all the products over here. Be a minion with me. What is going on? Why are you a minion? Okay, so yes, so today we are doing this 1200 PSLE grammar and vocabulary practice because I am a minion. Oh, are you a minion? Are you sure you are a minion? Hey, hi Maya, hello. Hi Joyce, welcome to our live. Okay, so today we are doing this 1200 grammar and vocabulary questions. And to get to this page, you may just head to our TikTok main page. Just click on our link in bio and you scroll down to the ebook store button over here to be directed to our page. Okay, so for this, you can actually look through our new and latest collection, which is our phrasal verbs ebook. This is a guidebook that is very helpful because it includes over 500 phrasal verbs that you can actually learn as well as put to good use in your exams. So for PSLE, most of the grammar and vocabulary questions will actually have at least one phrasal verbs question. So this phrasal verbs question will actually help you master the phrasal verbs. This phrasal verb guidebook will help you master the phrasal verbs for you to score well in your exams. Okay, hello Ting Ting. Okay, yes, so today we are doing 1200 grammar and vocabulary practice. And for this over here, you can see that it is our bestseller in 2025. We have just released this book this year. So you should grab yours if you haven't, because from now until PSLE, you still have four more months to go. So those of you who can actually make the best use of your time, especially during your June holidays, you can purchase this ebook in order to buy. Okay, so this ebook actually contains 40 practices for you to look through, and each of the practice consists of one grammar MCQ section, vocabulary MCQ, grammar close, as well as vocabulary close. So there's a total of 4 different sections in one book over here. Okay, so each of the practice have 4 different sections. So overall, you can actually, if you complete this ebook, you will actually finish 1200 grammar and vocabulary questions, which is a lot, right? So if you do 20 questions a day, by the end of a month, you actually finish 600 questions. And by the end of 2 months, you can finish the whole ebook, which is a very good resource for your revision as well as building foundation. because after you finish several practices, you will be able to gain like more confidence in answering certain question types, and you see a pattern, right? So maybe after doing maybe the first practice, right, the first practice 1 to 5, so after 1 to 5 you are able to catch that, oh, there's actually a trend going on, that this question type always appears in exams, and are you able to get it right? So these are some things that you can consider. Yes, so okay, let's go to the questions today. So over here, question number 1. Janine blank wallet had been stolen is reporting to her teacher. Okay, so Janine, okay, wallet had been stolen. So this wallet has to belong to Janine, right? So what would the answer be for question number 1 over here? Hey, hi everyone. For those who have newly joined us, I hope that this will be a helpful resource for you as well. Hey, hello, hello. So we are doing 50 grammar and vocabulary questions today. Okay, question number 1, Janine blank wallet had been stolen is reporting to her teacher. Okay, so Janine blank wallet had been stolen. So the wallet belongs to Janine, so we know that it cannot be whom because this is not a human noun, right? So who is also wrong. It doesn't fit the context over here because who wallet has been stolen. Who usually will refer to the person. However, the wallet belongs to Janine. Therefore, there's only one possible answer for this question over here, which is option number 4. Whose wallet had been stolen? Okay, question number 2. You'll be able to do well in the mathematics test if you have a good grasp, blank the concepts taught. Okay, good grasp, blank the concepts taught. So question number 2, what would the answer be, right? So we are looking at prepositions in this question over here. Hello Nor, thank you for your like. Okay, welcome to our live session. Today we are doing 50 grammar and vocabulary questions for the ebook that we have newly launched this year. Okay, so this ebook is 1,200 grammar and vocabulary MCQ questions. Okay, so question number 2, what would the answer be? Right? If you have a good grasp, blank the concepts taught. Okay, question number 2, the answer is good grasp of something, right? So usually this phrase comes together, grasp of something. Okay, so let's go on to question number 3. Everyone is required to evacuate the school immediately, blank a fire breakout. So now we are very familiar with this question type, right? So every single time you see a blank and you see whether it's an if question, we know that there's only one word we can use to replace that word if with a more formal way. So everyone is required to evacuate the school immediately, blank a fire breakout. Okay, so what would the answer be for question number 3? Okay, hello Click Lag. Welcome to our live session. Okay, so blank a fire breakout. Hi Dot. Okay, Dot says should. Yes, I like the confidence in your answer, right? All caps, should a fire breakout. So should is the only answer that is suitable in this blank. Okay, so this is a more formal way of saying if. Yeah, Okay, so moving on to question number 4. The deadline for the submission is 3 days away. There isn't blank time to complete our project, Mabel reminded her classmates. Okay, there isn't blank time to complete our project. Hi, Milo Dinosaur. Okay, 2. There isn't blank time, right? Time is uncountable. Okay, uncountable. So there isn't blank time to complete our project. Okay, so both of you says March. Oh, hi, Ozil. Wait, does everyone not have school today? Everyone is so early. Okay, there isn't much time is correct. Okay, so for this question over here, isn't much time, right? It means that there is not a lot of time for us to do this because the deadline is very near. Okay, very near. Today is HBL, no school. Oh, it's because of the upcoming elections. How come this one's so easy compared to the previous one? Dot. Okay, I'm glad that you're more confident in answering these questions as well. Uchiha, okay. Uchiha says no school, yes. Wow, so everyone is doing HBL at home today. So welcome to the live session. We are doing 50 grammar and vocabulary questions for this practice over here. It's part of our 1200 grammar and vocabulary ebook that you can find in our link in bio. Okay, so moving on to question number 5. Hi, if I buy the ebook, when will I receive it? Oh, you receive it immediately. So you can actually gain access to the ebook immediately unless it's a pre-order. So if you are interested in buying this ebook over here, this ebook is our 1200 grammar and vocabulary questions ebook. So once you click on purchase and after you cut out, you can gain access to these PDFs to download immediately. Okay, so if you have more questions, let me know. HBL is till Monday, so you have Monday off as well, right, to study at home. Okay, please make good use of your time, right? Get the ebook to do as like a HBL extra practice as well. Okay, so question number 5, Mrs. Teng asked her students to help her blank the stacks of worksheets back to their classroom. Okay, ask her students to help her blank. So for question number 5, this question over here is to help her blank. Are the questions from WOW or other schools? Oh, these are actually consolidated past year paper questions from all the top schools in Singapore. Okay, so they are consolidated past year questions from prelims in the different top schools that include like Nanhua Primary, Raffles Primary, and many more. Okay, 1. Oh, Dot is confident. Okay, Carrie, yes, that is correct. Anyone else disagree? Hey, Milo Dinosaur also says 1. Okay, let's go on to question number 6. Pointing to the apples next to him, Mr. Raj remarked, blank type of apples is the sweetest. Okay, next to him. This implies that it's very near. Okay, type of apples. Okay, so this is a collective noun, right? Is referring to the group, the specific category of the apples. Okay, so this is collective noun. So for question number 6, don't be tricked. More than one apple, okay, yes. Please do not get tricked by the apples over here because we are only looking at the type. So type is singular because it's only one type. Okay, so what would the answer be? Oh, yes. Okay, this is a tricky question. Oh, so if it's near, we know that it's near because it's right next to you, right? So if it's near, we know that we can cross out 2 and 4. Isn't 3 correct? 3 is these. Okay, so these and this is actually plural form. Okay, both of these are plural and both of these are for singular. 6 is 1. Yes, XXXO, that is correct. Okay, because, right, we are looking at the collective noun that categorize the apples. So this means that the type of apples is like this group of apples. One group only. We are referring to one group. So the answer will only be THIS, this. Okay, one type only. Yes, Milo dinosaur. So this type of apples, the red apples only, they are not referring to all the apples. They are referring to the type, the red type. Okay, there's only one red type of apples. That is one and many. That is one and far. Okay, so if you are looking at the difference between this and that, okay, this means near, that means far, right? So these are the singular word forms for this and that, as well as these and those are just the same, just that they are for plural. So these are near, those are far. Okay, understand? Can. Hello iguana, welcome back. Question 7. Neither Nora nor her sisters blank going to the birthday party next week. Okay, question number 7 is very commonly tested. Okay, question 7, we are only looking at the second subject. Okay, second subject of the question. So looking at the second subject of the question, we can ignore this because this is right next to the blank over here. Okay, so for question 7, we have to also take note that next week is in present tense. This is present tense. This is not easy for me. Uchiha, it's okay. Right, just practice more and you are able to understand and see a pattern within the questions over here. So looking at this, question number 7, what would the answer be? Right, neither Nora nor her sisters blank going to the birthday party next week. Okay, neither Nora nor her sisters blank going to the birthday. Is anyone going to the party? No one is going to the party. However, right? However, this is not neither of question. Neither of the girls is. Okay, in this case, if it's neither of, it will be is. However, because over here we have her sisters, therefore it will be option number 2, are. Okay, the second subject is the most important thing we have to focus on. Yes, so Joy is correct. Hi Joy, welcome to the live. Okay, welcome. So we are doing 50 grammar and vocabulary questions that comes from the 1200 grammar and vocabulary question ebook. Okay, question number 8. The librarian instructed us to behave blank when she went to the restroom for a short while. Okay, us, right? Behave blank. So this is very straightforward question. I hope you can understand that us is from my perspective, our perspective, right? So the answer can only be option number 2. Unless it is a direct speech, therefore it will be yourselves instead of ourselves, right? So please behave yourselves, right? Then she close inverted commas. So that's the difference. And moving on to question number 9. Our debate team have qualified for the next round of the competition. Blank day. Okay, so have, and over here it is something else, right? So have qualified and blank. Okay, Milo Dinosaur and Joy says that it's option number 4. Anyone else, right? So over here this is positive. So over here will be a negative form. We can cross out 1 and 2 because we don't need to say have they, because over here is already the positive form. Right, so option 4 is correct. Okay, good job everyone. Haven't they? Question number 10. Blank, we take action now. We will suffer from the effects of climate change. Okay, so now we will suffer. Right, so you see, taking action now, will we suffer? No, so there is a contrast in this question. So we need to use a word that has contrast. What's the difference between has and have? Okay, anyone in the comments want to try answering this question? What's the difference between has and have? Okay, so has versus have. Has is plural, are you sure? No. Okay, so has is for singular. Okay, have is for plural. However, guys, take note that have is applicable for singular terms like I. Okay, so I have a pen, right? However, she has a pen. So only for specific terms like I, or maybe let me think of something. I can't really remember. There's a few variations that you can use have. Okay, so I can check and get back to you, right? However, when you use has, it's usually referring to a singular person. So maybe Joy has gotten the answer correct, right? So that is when we use the singular term because Joy is one person. However, the siblings have the same school bag, right? So siblings is plural. Yes, so that is how we use it. Okay, so what is the past tense for this? This had will be the past tense. Okay, so that's how you understand this. So the answer for this is option number 3. Okay, yes, Joy is correct. Hi Sha, welcome. Welcome everyone. Okay, we are doing 50 grammar and vocabulary questions. So for those of you who are actually interested, right, you can head to our TikTok link in bio. Just click on it and you can go to our shop over here. Shop at our ebook store. And we'll be doing this practice today. So you can purchase it and do it on your own, right? If you do 20 questions a day, by the end of 1 month, you have already done 600 questions. That is a lot of practice questions, right? Okay, let's go on to grammar close now. Hey, what is Mpox? Mpox is supposedly a less contagious cousin of smallpox with generally milder symptoms. Blank, it can still be deadly. Okay, it still can be deadly, sorry. So over here you see the comma and the contrast over here. So what would the answer be? Okay, yes, H for however, that is correct. Milo dinosaur and Joy, very good. So however, right, even though there is milder symptoms, it can still be deadly. So the disease was discovered in 1958, blank the Saturn Serum Institute, Copenhagen, where it was spreading among monkeys kept for research. Okay, so this is a place. Okay, this is a place. So this is a very big hint already because this institute over here, right, is a place where they are doing research. Okay, so it was discovered in 1958 during the place, or is it? Okay, this is for primary school. Yes, WP mums, that's correct. This is for primary school students who are preparing for PSLE as well as P5 students are all okay to purchase this ebook to practice. Okay, so if you're interested, you can head to our link in bio, right? Head to our ebook store over here to buy it. Please let me know if you have any further questions. So Milo Dinosaur says that question 2 is at. Yes. He at is correct. So Joy, it's not during the place, it will be at the place. Okay, it's not during, it's at the place. So it was spreading among monkeys kept for research. It was then named monkeypox. The term was eventually changed to Mpox, blank the global outbreak in 2022. Okay, now there is a global outbreak in 2022. So this was eventually changed to Mpox, blank. For this question, it will then be during. Yes, during is correct. Okay, so during this time period, during the global outbreak in 2022, so it happened over a period of time. Therefore, we have to use the word during. Next question. Now a new deadlier strain of monkeypox virus originating from Congo in 2023 looms blank Southeast Asia. Okay, looms. Southeast Asia, the whole region, right? It looms, right, like a cover, right? Looming like a cover. So what would it be? Hey, Milo Dinosaur, very good. Right, on a win streak, is it? Over Southeast Asia. Hi, Clarissa. Oh, this is your out. Hello, welcome. It's been a long time since I've seen you and Charlene in the live sessions. How have you been? Right. Okay, how's your revision for all your exams? So I hope you can learn something today via this, and maybe purchase the ebook to do more practices on your own and see if you are able to get all the questions correct. Okay, practice makes perfect. Today HBL, yes, most of you are all at home studying. Thus, travelers should take precaution blank traveling overseas to safeguard their health. Okay, so travelers should take precaution blank traveling overseas. When? Okay, Joy. Anyone else wants to answer this question? Travelers should take precaution blank traveling overseas to safeguard their health. Okay, traveling. This is during a period of time as well, right? Oh, you're meeting Charlene later. I see. Okay, so Joy, that is correct. Okay, when traveling overseas to safeguard their health. Blank, though the exact source of mpox is unknown, rodents are suspected of playing blank part in the transmission. Okay, blank though. So this is a very common phrase, right, that comes together. Okay, question 16. Okay, thank you for sharing the live, Clarissa. Yes, everyone, please share the live and follow us if you haven't. Share it with your friends that can find it helpful as well, so everyone can learn together. Okay, even though that is correct. Wow, very fast answer. Even though the exact source of mpox is unknown, rodents are suspected of playing blank part in the transmission. Okay, yes, thank you Uchiha and Clarissa for sharing the live. Wow, we have a lot of friends. Okay, so playing blank part in the transmission, this is a very straightforward question. Yes, Milo Dinosaur, that is correct. Playing a part. Okay, we don't really say playing the part, Joy, right? For the is referring to more specific objects or things. Okay, this is specific. Okay, please give me a pen or please give me the pen. There's a difference in these two statements. Okay, a pen is any pen in general. It can be pink, it can be green, but the pen is the one that I pointed at specifically. So please give me the green colored pen, right? So the is that actual pen that I am looking at. It's not just any a pen, right? So that is the difference between a and the, right? Please do not make this a mistake, especially during exams, because it's a very commonly tested question as well. Since it's may my teacher give me AL1 for all subjects. Wow, Clarissa. Yes, they may, right? Okay, however, you still have to work hard for it, right? So to get AL1, you have to do a lot of practices, right? Especially for English, right? So this ebook will be very helpful for you. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to drop in the comments as well. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Travelers should avoid eating bushmeat and other raw food. Mpox spreads mainly blank getting into physical contact with infected people or animals. Okay, mainly blank getting into physical contact. Joe, where to get the book? Oh, Clarissa, you are okay. So over here, right, you can go to our main page. Over here, you see the link in bio. Just click on this and you scroll down over here. There's the ebook store, right? Click on the ebook store and you'll be directed to this. So we have a lot of different ebook practices. So Clarissa, if you are weaker in your grammar and vocabulary, you can buy this ebook over here. Or else, if you want to practice for PSLE oral, right? If you are unsure, oh, every time during oral I stutter and I don't know what to say, I have no idea, this ebook will be very helpful for all of you. Compre Close, yes, we do have Compre Close. Okay, Compre Close questions ebook is actually, you can go to our primary section as well. Okay, so over here, primary level ebooks, you will see that we have a lot of things. This is the 1000 Compre Close question ebook that you can buy. Weaker in Compo. Are you doing comprehension close. Uchiha, yes, we do have compre close live sessions as well, right? So this is the 1000 PSLE compre close questions ebook that you can buy. So if you are weaker in these parts, SNT, right? So some of you actually find that SNT is the most difficult section in paper 2, or some of you may find that it's the easiest. So it depends. This is only grammar, there's no vocabulary. Yes, find it very hard, right? So by doing more practices, you can see trends of words that come together, or like more suitable words, especially when you have to spell it out on your own. So all of this is very important for self-study as well. Hi, Charlene. Okay, compositions. Who said that they're compo? Who said that they want a compo ebook? Okay, if you want a compo ebook, this is perfect for you. Okay, you can get this PSLE model compositions ebook. So there's a lot of different stories and good phrases that you can apply to your school compositions as well. So if you're unsure of anything, feel free to tell me or ask me in the comments, and I'll answer them with my best. Your compo CMI, why? Why your compo CMI? Can you just need to know the structure of writing intro, body, paragraph, and conclusion, and as long as your story flows well, you use good phrases that you have learned, it will be okay. You forgot everything. Oh no. Your compo all get developing. Is that good? Joy. It means that you are in the progress of being like showing a better flow. So maybe try to elaborate more. Sometimes it's just that I didn't notice the grammar words thing in the SNT questions. Yes, Uchiha, that's right also. So doing more practices will actually let you notice the grammar things that you have to change. When you're doing SNT, you should bring a highlighter and highlight the things that you have to change, but please do not make unnecessary changes to the questions, or else you will actually deviate from the marks instead of getting the marks. Okay, I know all the phrases, but during exams my mind blank. During exams your mind are blank. So it means that your phrases are not etched into your memory. Okay, so you have to keep repeating and repeating the phrases in your mind until you can even say the phrases in your sleep. Right, when you're dreaming, you can even say out the phrases and you can still remember the phrase. So by doing that, it becomes a muscle memory and you automatically come to mind when you are writing. During math exam, my brain cells run away. Yes, that's a very common thing students will say as well. However, right, with more practice, you'll be very confident, right? After doing so many grammar and vocabulary questions, don't you find that you are more confident in doing grammar questions in school already? Or maybe after doing so many synthesis practice, you are more confident, right, Joy? I see improvement just after 2 live sessions. So that's a very good thing already. You're able to catch on to phrases and tricks in questions that you didn't notice from the past. You did it SNT in WA1. I tried it on my indirect direct speech. Uchiha, yes, very good. I'm glad that you learned something to actually apply in your school exams as well. You want our dreams to be filled with school stuff too. Yeah, Milo dinosaur. If you think about it, when you dream about it, it means that it is actually etched into your memory to the point that you can recall it even when asleep, right? Subconsciously, right? You can say that, oh, it's raining cats and dogs. It's raining cats and dogs. So your mind won't get empty when you say, oh, I cannot remember any rain phrases or any sad or happy phrases, right? So when you're happy, something automatically will come to your mind that say, oh, as happy, or I'm on cloud 9, I'm in 7th heaven, right? All of these phrases you are supposed to actually learn. So if you purchase this model compo ebook, inside this ebook there are a lot of compositions for you to look at and refer to. So even for story development, right, you will never have the idea of developing a story that is out of your comfort zone. Usually students will write stories that happen to themselves and they don't dare to write something that didn't happen before. So by reading many compo stories, it can actually help you with your ideas and mind mapping skills as well. Okay, so how you practice for compo is actually by using all the school resources. They give you model compositions as well. You can actually learn the good phrases And yes, so in this compo ebook, you can see there are actually so many all these compo words over here. These are compo titles, so you're interested, you can buy and you can read through all of these, and you can see we have a vocabulary bank for you for every single compo that consolidates all of the different words we use in the different compositions. Okay, hold on, let me check this. Yeah, so over here you can see for the composition Dumb and Dumber, what we use is ecstasy charged through my veins. Have you ever thought of using a word like this before? Without reading these compositions, you are unable to know what is the perfect context to put these words into, right? A hair's breadth. Usually when we write compo, I'll say that, oh, I was so near to it, but how to make it one step higher? Making it one step higher, I can say that I was just a hair's breadth away from reaching the finishing line, but someone just shot past me and they clutched the gold medal, right? So this is how you can actually up your level of composition writing, which is what we learn in Writers at Work, right? What we teach the students on how to use these phrases to elevate their composition writing. Okay, so all of these are very helpful for you to look at. And yeah, the vocabulary words, drill yourselves, learn the spelling, and memorize it until you are able to chant it in your sleep. Okay, so these are our resources that can be very helpful for you as well. So let's go back to the questions, shall we? Okay, back to the questions. So travelers should avoid eating bushmeat and other raw food. Mpox spreads mainly blank getting into physical contact with infected people. Okay, spreading is the effect. Okay, it is the effect. Getting into physical contact is the cause. Okay, so we need something. Cause blank something. Okay, what would the answer be? Question 18. Question 18, what would the answer be? By, caused by, right? So caused by something. Yes, very good. Milo Dinosaur, that's correct. Okay, moving on to the next question. Travelers should practice good hygiene and wash their hands or use hand sanitizer, blank the absence of washing facilities. Okay, absence, right? Blank the absence. This is a phrase that comes together. So that preposition that we use for this blank over here will always be blank the absence of something. Okay, we don't say with the absence, we say okay, if you need me to zoom in to see clearer, please let me know as well, right? Because I understand that for grammar close, yes, for grammar close segments, it's very hard to keep everything in the same screen. Milo Dinosaur, yes, that is correct. Okay, in the absence. Okay, yes, so this is a phrase that always comes together. Please remember this. So moving on to question 20, blank signs of mpox infection include fever, skin rash, and other flu-like symptoms. Okay, blank signs. We are referring to signs, right? Specific signs. So what would the answer be? Okay, it is a very big hint that I've given. Blank signs of mpox infection. We are referring to just signs. Yes, Joy, okay. Specific means that it's the signs that we are using. Okay, the signs of mpox. Okay, the signs. Okay, so I'll leave this here for a while for you to look at and refer to. Okay, so take note of our annotations as well when you're doing grammar close. It's not that it's just wild guesses and just crossing out the words you have used. It's also more on looking at the keywords that we can help us derive the answer for the blank. Okay, usually for grammar close, some of you may actually get 1 or 2 questions wrong, depending on how you get caught by the tricks. Okay, back to vocabulary. So question 21. The king blanked the knight's request to marry the princess. Okay. Knight's request, right? So request, what would the answer be? Question 21. 2. Okay, granted the knight's request, right? So why is the answer granted? Okay, because a request, right? You can grant a request, but allowing someone is like the king allowed the knight to marry the princess. It doesn't have to be a request. Allowing someone to do something, yes. So the keyword over here is request. So that is correct. Conceded, this means to actually surrender. So that is it doesn't make sense in this question over here. So option 4 is definitely out, right? Rewarded usually is a gift, a prize. So we can't really say that it rewarded the request. Okay, so we only can grant the request. Moving on to question 22. Emerging as the champion of the race was a piece of cake for Eliza, as her blank were not as skillful as she was. Okay, so what would the answer be? Three opponents. Okay, anyone else? Okay, let's see. Joy, Milo Dinosaur, how about you? Yes, 3. Okay, so both of you agree that question 22, the answer is opponents, right? So why is it not 1, 2, or 4? So let's look at this together. So as her athletes were not as skillful as she was. Athletes are generally referred to as the people who do the sport. Okay, so it cannot be her athlete because it does not belong, right? If you can say belong to her. Okay, so athletes is wrong. Her spectators. Spectators are what? What do spectators do? Okay, do you know what spectators do? When you spectate something, right? Yes, when you spectate, you are low-key the audience or you are looking, right? So what does it mean? Okay, so spectators are the people who stand or sit at the side of the sporting arena and they watch and cheer for people. Okay, so audience usually are used when people perform. Okay, so the dancer performed in front of the audience. Audience are the ones that watch a performance, but spectators are usually used for sports events or when you are spectating an event that is happening, you're looking at something. Okay, participants is it cannot be her participants because they did not participate in her event. Okay, they are just her opponents. So that is all for question 22. Let's go on to question 23. The Straits Times reported that 2 restaurants had their food licenses blank for failing to meet hygiene requirements. Okay, very good, Joy. Revoked. Yes. Okay, so revoked is correct. Why is it revoked? Any explanation? What is the keyword? Why do we use revoke instead of revive, restore, and revamp? Okay. All of these starts with a re, especially. So it's actually tricky for those of you who do not know any of these words over here. Okay, maybe students would know revive because if you play games, your character can revive, right? It comes back to life. And restoring something means that, oh, you are restoring the damaged item or something that's lost. And revamp, this is to actually have a change, a makeover. So revamping the area, right? Renovating the area, that's a revamp. Okay, so the correct answer will be revoked the license, taking away the license because they failed to meet hygiene requirements. So this is the keyword for this question, license. Okay, question 24. Let's go on. The saleswoman eyed the suspicious looking man blank as he made his way around the store. So, eyed the suspicious looking man blank. We are using an adverb to describe this. Okay, so what would the answer be for question 24? Hi Penyu, welcome. 1. Warily. Okay, question 24. That is correct. Okay, warily, because right, she's actually looking cautiously, right? Warily means to be more cautious and make sure that, oh, am I looking at the correct person? Swiftly would mean that it's very quick, so it's like taking a quick glimpse, or like it should be the suspicious looking man doing something swiftly because he doesn't want to get caught. Okay, eagerly, looking eagerly would make it a bit obvious, so that's not very suitable for this context. And hesitantly is wrong as well, because if you hesitate looking at someone, it will be a little bit challenging to keep track of where he is as well. Okay, let's go on to question 25. Lily was in tears because she had been blanked by the coach in front of her gymnastics team. Hi Charlene, welcome back. Okay, so for those of you who are new here, please remember to follow us, like our live, and share it with the people that you can find helpful for these lessons. Okay, Joy and Milo Dinosaur. There's 2 different answers now. So put up, put off, put away, put down. Okay. So I have 2 different answers, 1, 2, and 1, 4. Is it 2 or is it 4? So Lily was in tears because she had been blanked by the coach in front of her gymnastics team. Okay, what are these phrases called? These are phrasal verbs. Okay, phrasal verbs, if you have not heard of these phrasal verbs, they are all words that starts with the same word, but they have a different second word over here. So we do have a guidebook for you to actually purchase along with this ebook as well. Hi Abdullah, welcome. Hello. Okay, so I have a option 4 and 2 option 2 for question 25. So the correct answer is put down. Okay, put down by the coach. It means that the coach actually criticized her, right? Being put down is to criticize, and she's very sad because she got scolded, technically. Okay, what does put up mean? Put up means to tolerate. So putting up with someone's attitude, right? To tolerate someone or something. Put off. So put off is actually to postpone. Okay, I put off this meeting to maybe next week, right? Because I have something going on today. So that's how we use put off. And put away is to keep. Okay, please put away your storybooks. It's time for lesson. Please put away the toys after you have finished playing with them. So these are the phrases and the meanings of each of the phrase. So please remember that phrasal verbs is actually very important, because there would be at least 1 or 2 questions in your exams or PSLE that will test you on your phrasal verbs, and you can use them for your composition as well. So it's very useful. Okay, even in compre close, right, that you struggle with, some compre close will give you like, oh, maybe a put and then they put a blank over here. Then they need you to put the appropriate word. So if you don't know what the phrasal verb is, you're unable to say that, oh, it's put down. You may say that, oh, maybe it's put off instead, or maybe put aside, right? Sometimes when you're very nervous during the exams, you may tend to forget some of the rules as well. So it's good to drill it into your brain. Okay, let's go on to vocabulary close. Okay, so for vocabulary close, what we do is that we use the words that are bolded and underlined, and we find a synonym to actually put into the blank over here. Wow, Lucas is my crush's name. Okay, Joy. Wow, Joy, you're actually telling everyone about your crush over here. Okay, interesting. So let's read these together. Lucas woke up to the sound of his mother's voice. It's time to get ready, his mother reminded him tenderly. That day was a significant one for Lucas. He was about to get his first COVID-19 vaccination. Though his mother had emphasized the importance of it, the thought of the needle terrified him. Upon reaching the clinic, the anxiety he was feeling all week surfaced again. He looked around and saw that most kids were either engrossed in their phones or conversation with their parents. "It'll be quick," his mother reassured him. When his name was called, Lucas took a deep breath. He walked reluctantly to the vaccination room. The nurse smiled kindly and said, "You're brave, Lucas." Before he knew it, the shot was done and relief flooded him. He had done it. Poor guy is scared of needles. Joy, this is not the same Lucas, okay? There's a lot of people who are named Lucas in the world. Yes, Milo Dinosaur. Now you know that Joy is a very bold person. Okay, looking at question 26 over here. So, reminded him tenderly. He tenderly. What would the answer be for question 26 over here? Reminded him tenderly. 1. Gently. Anyone else? Okay, 1. Yes, both of you are correct. Okay, so we try to replace any of the words here into the passage. When you're unsure of how to do vocabulary close, right, you actually try to replace each of the words until you feel that, oh, it sounds smooth. So that is your last resort that you should be doing, but most of the time you should know that this word corresponds to this meaning. I'm still stuck in the middle of nowhere. Shirley, you should use the map, right? If you have your mobile phone, you can use the map to navigate. Okay, going on to question 27. That day was a significant one for Lucas. Okay, significant. Okay, significant one. You got time limit. You got time limit to use the map. Okay, Milo Dinosaur says 3. A significant day. Okay, that day was a significant one for Lucas. Is it a major day for him? Does significant mean very major? Or it means like it's very important? Right, so this translates into important. Okay, if it translates into very important, what would the answer be for question 27? Okay, question 27, if it's very important, what would it be? Your phone is still on downtime, you don't know the password. Oh no. Okay, question 27, 2 or 4. Okay, I have two different options once again. Milo Dinosaur also says that it's 4. So yes, actually, important would be crucial. This is a very crucial moment. This is a very crucial day because it's very important, right? The most crucial thing you have to remember, the most important thing. So crucial would actually translate into it being significant or important. Moving on to question 28. The anxiety he was feeling all week surfaced again. Surfaced again. Okay, over here, surfaced again. Question 28. 1111. Okay, very confident now, Joy, when you spam a chain of answers for question 28. Yes, very straightforward, right? It returned. Okay, the train of thoughts returned. The anxiety. Next, saw that most kids were either engrossed in their phones or conversation with their parents. Engrossed. Okay, when you're very engrossed in something, it means that you're really into it, right? So I'm really engrossed in the storybook that I'm reading. 2. Okay, absorbed. Very fast, very precise answer. Absorbed is correct. So when you're very absorbed and engrossed in your mobile phone, right? So people say that, oh, don't use your phones when you walk, because sometimes you are too engrossed in it that you don't watch your way, you actually hit something or walked into a wall, right? That can happen. So engrossed is the meaning of being very absorbed in something that you may forget your surroundings. Question 30, what would the answer be? Okay, so Lucas took a deep breath. He walked reluctantly to the vaccination room. Okay, walking reluctantly to somewhere, right? Is it strolling or is it trudging? What does strolling mean? Strolling means a relaxing walk. Is it reluctant? Okay, I took a stroll in the park, right? I stroll casually. So strolling means that you are walking slowly. Okay, question 30. What is the answer? 2. Yes, trudging, right? Trudging means that you are dragging your feet. So I trudged home after a long day at school. Right, so that's how you can use the word trudged. Okay, so please, maybe when you are doing the TikTok live, if you want to actually enhance your learning experience, you should take down notes, right? When you have a new word that you unlock, right? Open your vocabulary bank, write it down, right? And write the meaning down so that you know when you can use it in your composition as well, and you can understand the new meaning of these words over here. Okay, so this is something that you can do to help yourself when you are learning during the TikTok live, so you don't forget as easily and you can remember the key things that you need to take note of and grammar rules as well. Okay, so let's go on to the next question. Ravi is good in mathematics. There are blank questions that he cannot solve. Okay, he is good. Okay, take note, he is good. So questions that he cannot solve, what would the answer be? Right, if you are good in mathematics, will you be able or unable to solve questions? Okay, if you are good means that you can solve a lot of questions, right? So questions is countable in this context. So we can cancel much and little. Little, okay, little is usually used for uncountable. Okay, so few and many are for countable. And much is for uncountable as well. Okay, so Milo dinosaur is correct. Okay, answer will be 1. Few. Okay, there are few questions that he cannot solve because he's very good, right? He can almost get full marks for his math test because he can solve almost all the questions, and there are only very very few, like 1 or 2, that he's unable to. Question number 2. Do look for me blank. You need any help? Once again, this question is okay. Tukti. Okay, apologies if I pronounce your name wrong. Yes, thank you. You remember the rule. Should will be replaced by the word if you need any help. Okay, so this question, very straightforward. You have identified a trend, you see. So after doing several grammar questions, you can actually see a trend going on and you're able to get the questions correct more often. So it helps you with catching the keywords as well as the key phrases when you are doing the exam, so you can remember what you should look out for in this segment. Question 3, blank, they had tried hard, they still failed to qualify for the next stage. Although it's positive to negative or negative to positive, okay. Yes, okay. So what is a less? Why do you have to phrase it in that way? Okay, less is actually less often seen in examinations. However, it's still good to know the meaning of lest. So lest actually means to prevent something bad from happening. Lest would mean to say that you replace it with for fear that. Okay, it can be directly replaced by this. So let's say I would form a sentence with the word lest. So I will write down notes lest I forget. Okay, so for fear that I forget the things that teacher Rin say during the live, I will write it down. So lest is replaced by this phrase over here. Okay, although it's correct, thank you Tuti for the answer. Moving on to question number 4. Mrs. Tan gave out our examination papers during her science lesson. He gave out, this is positive, negative. Okay, 1 and 3 will be crossed out because we are looking for a negative word. So is it 2 or is it 4? Okay, so Milo Dinosaur and Joy agrees that it is 2. Yes, okay. 5. Where is option number 5? May I know? Okay, so yes, correct answer will be option number 2. So smart. Option 5 means none of the above, is it? Okay, didn't she? So why is it didn't she? Gave out actually means that she did do the action. Okay, she did the action. He did the action. Okay, so let's maybe next one, question 5. What do you mean? Oh, okay. I saw Sally blank the parcel in the drawer of the cabinet yesterday. So, saw. This is a trick, okay? Please do not be tricked by yesterday because this is the verb noun verb rule. Right, verb noun verb rule, when it's saw, 5 senses. Sight. Right? See, saw, notice. So this will actually result in the base form of the word in the blank. Okay, so this will be base form. So the correct answer is 1. No ed, no past tense. Yes. Okay, so no s, no ed, no ing. That's what a base form means. Okay, so what are the 5 senses? Let's recap. Sight, hearing, taste, smell, touch. Okay, so these are the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so whenever you see any of these, right, so hearing will be I heard someone. Okay, I heard someone. Yes. Taste will be usually taste wouldn't come out in exams, but yes, so there's a flavor I tasted. Okay, taste don't really have. I smell something I touched. Okay, so the last 3 words will actually be used less often. The more commonly seen in grammar questions one will be these 2. Less is in fear of. Oh, it's for fear of. So for fear that something will happen. Okay, so less means that, okay, let's form a sentence. So let's say grandma brought a scarf lest she catch a cold. Okay, so lest we replace with the word for fear that. Okay, so maybe the boy spoke softly lest he wake the baby. Okay, so for fear that he wakes the baby. So this is how we use the word lest. Okay, I'll leave this here for a while for you to refer, or maybe take a screenshot if you find it helpful. Then you can write it down in your notebook or a revision note. Yes. Okay, let's go on to the next question over here. Climate change will cause Earth's temperature to keep rising. Therefore, we need to start caring blank the environment. Caring blank something, this phrase is a commonly used two word that comes together. They are like buddies, right? Caring for, okay, Joy. I can differentiate when Joy is very confident in her answer or when she's very confused and unsure. Right, every time when she's confused, she will put the answer with a question mark. So question number 6, the answer is correct. Okay, care for the environment, I care for someone, right? Question 7. The voice in the song recordings blank believed to be that of junior superstar Jeff, but it has since been proven wrong. Okay, since been proven wrong means that now it is not believed. Okay, so blank believed to be that. So the voice, okay, one voice only, cannot be many voice, right? One voice, so we can cross out the plural form because it's singular. Okay, singular voice, one voice. Please do not be tricked by song recordings. This is not what you should focus on. Okay, we look at the voice over here. One voice. One voice. Okay, yes, Milo dinosaur. The correct answer is was believed. Okay, why is it was? It used to be believed to be that person, but afterwards someone clarified it, and since then now it is actually maybe junior superstar, maybe James instead of Jeff, right? So that is how the answer is found. So you need to take note there are different tricks in each question that can differentiate your AL1 students from the AL2 students, right? So some of the students are able to catch this very difficult, very hidden trap, I would say, because the students would mostly focus on recordings, which is wrong. You have to focus on the voice because there's only one voice, it's singular. Okay, and this means that now it is not believed. So since is a very important keyword that you should highlight in the exams as well. Okay, since usually would imply that the question is either talking about past perfect continuous or present perfect continuous. Okay, going on to question number 8. Faisal blanked his work before he went to sleep. Okay, before he went to sleep. Question number 8. So he went to sleep. This is the first or the second question, the second event that happened. It is the second. So he did this first. This is the first thing he did, and then he went to sleep. So for this question over here, went, the second event is in past tense. Okay, so the first event will be in past perfect. Okay, the first event will be in past perfect. So that will be option number what? Are you sure it's option 2? Completed his work. If it's past perfect tense, okay, completed is only simple past. We know it's not present tense as well, right? Was completing his work, or he had complete? He already finished the homework, right? So yes, the correct answer will be had completed instead of option 2, completed. Okay, because this is the first event that happened, this is the second event that happened. Moving on to question number 9. Having blanked the balloons, the boys started decorating the room for the party. Okay, so we are looking at a participle form for this question. Having blown. Okay, Joy. Right. That is correct. So question number 9. Thank you for your confidence in your answer. The option number 3 is correct. Question 10. The siblings blank since 8 p.m. Once again, this is an important keyword, right? Since 8 p.m. So what would the answer be? Okay, siblings, plural. Okay. Okay, Dice, Joy, and Milo, that is correct. Have been sleeping since. Right, this means that it is still ongoing. The event is still ongoing, right? Since yesterday, I have been seeing a lot of election news, right? So it has been ongoing until now. I still see the election news going around, right? So that is what it means. Yes, present continuous tense. Present continuous tense actually refers to option 3, are sleeping. However, for this case, it will be participle form. Okay, with the have been, it will be more of participle. Okay, so do you want to move on to vocabulary first, or do you want to do the grammar close section together? I give you a choice. Okay, grammar close. Okay, let's continue with grammar close then. So AI is a kind of computer program that can think and learn like a person to help solve problems or answer questions. Imagine a classroom blank some bored students receive extra practice problems tailored to blank. Classroom, this is a place. Okay, once again, a clue. This is a place. Okay, so what would the answer be? Where? Yes, very good. Okay, where? A classroom where? Okay, answer is where. Some bored students receive extra practice problems tailored to blank learning gaps. Okay, so students is plural. So yes, it is tailored to their learning gaps. While others dive deeper, blank a topic with a virtual tutor. Okay, others dive deeper, blank a topic. Okay, so you dive deeper, blank a topic. What preposition do we use now? Yes, very good. Okay, diving deeper, right? Question 13 will be into. Okay, so deeper into the water, deeper into the topic. This is how we used to describe it. Question 14. Wow, Milo's so smart. Milo has been doing pretty well, right? Just have to do more practice so that you are able to catch on all the grammar tricks and rules to master the sections individually. Okay, moving on to question 14. AI can personalize learning by analyzing students' data and adjusting difficulty levels or suggesting resources. This caters blank different learning styles and paces, ensuring no students is left behind. Cater blank something, right? Stronger in this section only. Okay. Yeah, different people have different strengths. Okay, question 14, what is the answer? Joy is stronger in synthesis. Oh, at least you are confident in a section that you know you can do well, right? It's good to actually know your strengths and weaknesses so you know where to put more focus on during your revision. Okay, so caters to different learning styles. That is correct. Okay, cater to something or someone, right? This caters to your needs, right? Cater to. This is a very common phrase that is used side by side. So caters to. Question 15. AI tutors can provide immediate feedback and answer questions at any time, offering extended support outside blank class hours. What level is this? The dice, this is for P5 and P6s, especially for those of you who are preparing for your PSLE exams. Okay, so outside of class hours. That is correct, okay? G. Outside of class hours. Next, learning can also be gamified with AI, making it more engaging, blank, interactive. I only P4. Oh, P4 can also do, right? Because next year you'll actually be starting to do all of these questions throughout your papers. Okay, is to prepare for PSLE and exams. And guys, if you are able to do these questions at P4, it means that your foundations are strong already. And when you are doing revision in P5 and P6, it will be much easier for you to catch on. Okay, so Milo Dinosaur says an interactive. Okay, the connector, right? More engaging and interactive. Okay, moving on to the next part over here. Imagine practicing math blank a captivating educational game or exploring historical events in a virtual reality simulation. Practicing math blank a captivating educational game. By? Are you sure it's by an educational game, or is it learning math blank something, right? It is actually a word that I'm looking for that replaces the word via. Okay, by doing this, yes, that makes sense as well. However, there's a more suitable answer for this blank over here. Okay, because blank a captivating educational game. Through, yes, okay, so through is correct. For this question over here, the answer will be M. Through a captivating educational game. AI can recreate these immersive experiences, sparking curiosity and a love for learning. However, AI is a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on the user. Teachers remain crucial guides responsible blank setting learning goals. Okay, responsible blank setting goals. Okay, so what word will be after responsible? Right, responsible blank setting goals. Yes, that is correct. Okay, for setting goals. So the answer is D. For setting goals, monitoring progress, and blank and fostering social interactions, blank AI cannot replicate. Okay, and fostering social interactions, blank AI cannot replicate. Okay, fostering social interactions, blank AI cannot replicate. Okay, what would the answer be for this blank over here? Okay, fostering AI interactions. Oh, no. Fostering social interactions, blank AI cannot replicate. Yes, okay, that. Right, we use this to connect these two sentences. That AI cannot replicate. By automating repetitive tasks and providing personalized learning experiences, AI can free up valuable time for teachers to focus blank what they do best, inspire and guide young minds. Ultimately, AI in the classroom is about empowering teachers and students. Okay, so valuable time for teachers to focus blank, right? So this one, um, for this question over here, is something that we all know even without looking at the options, right? We know there's only one possible answer, which is focus on something. Yes, very good. So this is the preposition that we use, right? I focus on something. You cannot focus out, focus up something, right? So only possible answer will be focus on what they do best. Okay, so let's cancel the option over here. Yes, so this is all for this grammar close segment. Right, looking at all the annotations, please take note that there are phrases that always come together. Right, one, two, three. Three of the questions test you on phrasal verbs actually. So these are very essential for our grammar, especially for this. There are no MCQ options 1, 2, 3, and 4 for you to guess with 25% of answering it correctly. But for this case, if you are sure and very sure of what comes after a certain word when you see this combination or context, it will be very good for you and increase your confidence when you're answering questions during the PSLE. Okay, so by doing more practices, right? So this can help all of you in getting your AL1 or achieving your improvement in the results that you want. Okay, so for those of you who are new here, remember to follow us, like and share. And how to get to our ebook store once again, look at our screen over here. We are at our Writers at Work TikTok main page. So click on this link tree in our bio and you can scroll down. You get to see that we have different links over here. So by joining our June holiday program as well, you can click to see more details of what we offer during the June holidays that can help you to master some of the PSLE content. Okay, so you can see for June holiday program, it runs throughout our June and in all our different branches. So if you're interested, feel free to sign up. Right, you don't need to sign up for the normal programs by joining the June holiday program. It will strictly be for June holidays only. Okay, and our ebooks over here, just click on the ebook store and you can see that, oh, all of these are the books that we have been doing so far. We do have oral ebooks for you to practice as well as compositions, right? So what we have went through just now was the 1200 grammar and vocabulary questions ebook, and I hope that it can be helpful for all your learning and revision. So I really strongly encourage students in doing all these questions. And after doing many sets, right, you are able to get almost all questions correct, you are good to go. Right, good to go and face the PSLE exam. Okay, that is how you conquer all of these. Okay, so the dice, you are able to purchase it as well for your revision in P4, even though it will be slightly on the upper primary side, right? If you think that you are a person who is stronger in your English, you can try and attempt the P5 and P6 questions already. How recent are these practices curated? Well, these practices are actually launched this year. So this created practice for 1200 is actually a consolidation of 2024 prelim questions. All the top school prelim questions are consolidated into this ebook over here. So it's the latest one as of now because it was just last year's prelim papers. Okay, as well as our PSLE oral, this is exactly what they tested in PSLE last year, and we took the questions by our team. We consolidated our answers to help the students answer better for their PSLE. We do have the new syllabus included as well. We have 4 mock questions for 2025 syllabus because oral syllabus have changed from last year to this year. So this year is the first year that students actually take the PSLE with this oral format, which is the picture format by real life situation and scenario. So it's something that students are not very familiar with. So if you want to practice more, we do have video examples included in the bundle as well, right? So if you click onto it, you can browse through this and you can view some of our contents and examples. We do have sample pages for you to look at, and this is how you can answer each of the questions that possibly can be asked, and maybe you can adapt it to a different context as well, right? So for more general questions like what's the most interesting place in Singapore that you have visited, so this is something for reference for students who have been there to actually elaborate better. And by practicing at home, it actually helps with the actual day performance as well. Okay, so oral is not something that doesn't need practice. It is something that you have to always learn how to pronounce the words, elaborate on your ideas and thoughts as well. So it will be very helpful for students who struggle in this aspect. Okay, so we have an ebook and video examples of how to answer the PSLE questions from 2024. Okay, so they are very recent. This ebook is only launched this year. Okay, so you can check out our page for more, right? Just head to our link in bio and purchase the ebooks. And you can gain access immediately unless it is a pre-order item. Okay, so we do have books that are currently on pre-sale that will only be available for access when it is open. So currently it will be where is WoW located? Wow, Milo Dinosaur. WoW is located in 9 different places in Singapore. So north, south, east, west, you name it, right? You can actually head to our website as well. We do have all our locations written in the website. So over here, you can see that all our centers address are down here below. Let me see where I can find the address for you. Yes, so these are our branches. We do have Clementi, Bukit Timah, Ang Mo Kio, Marine Parade, Tampines, Hougang, Tiong Bahru, Bishan, and Kallang branches. So depending on where you stay, right? If you stay in the west, the nearest ones would be Clementi and Bukit Timah. If you stay in the central, it will be Tiong Bahru, Kallang, or maybe the north would be Ang Mo Kio and Hougang, right? And east side would be Tampines, Marine Parade maybe. Okay, so you can just browse through our website as well if you're so far I'm in north. Okay, so north side we have Ang Mo Kio and Hougang for you, right? If you live near Woodlands, these two will be the nearer places unless you are okay to travel down to Clementi, which is our biggest branch. Okay, so you can join our June holiday programs if you are free in June, right? These crash courses will actually help the students gain more knowledge on what you should be watching out for PSLE as well. So just browse through our holiday programs. We do have PSLE compo crash course, oral crash course, as well as paper 2 as well. So over here, yep. Sengkang have Sengkang nearest to Sengkang may be Marine Parade. You can actually look at our branches and see which one would be nearer to your house. So sometimes if you stay, let's say in the central, some students will actually go to Clementi instead of Tiong Bahru branch as well. Okay, so you just browse through and see which is nearest to you or at your convenience, and you can check it out. Feel free to WhatsApp us if you have any questions. Okay, there's a WhatsApp button in our website, so you can reach out to us via WhatsApp. So after the live session, if you are able to actually browse through the website, you can see a WhatsApp button. Just feel free to ask any questions and we'll reply as soon as we can. Okay, so that is all for the live session for now. Right, thank you all for joining us and answering the questions. I hope you learned something new today. And stay tuned for the live sessions later on. We do have live daily, so feel free to ask me any more English questions you have. Okay, bye bye and see